real gold. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
They go play action here on first down. And Winston lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He's got Evans. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
A gain of 6 there on first. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll throw again. Winston. Complete. He finds Bray. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 50, play. I can't believe they let you play. Man, they let you play. Russell, ready, go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Second and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kenny Golladay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Derrick Henry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
90, Wolf. Let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on second and 13. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
36. Right, 64, weak. Ready.
They'll run forward with Pollard. And And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Going to give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? Black 22. Hey, wait. Easy. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken around the 12. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Off the play fake, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ready? Blue way. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Even. Watch the blood. Check. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston, flush to his right. Looking downfield for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 30 big ones. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Flip. Check. Free, Timothy.
From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, Winston, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. This is Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 24, check 24. Single, single the slot, right. Check 13,
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. Fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Winston now. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
59, Mike, check.
They'll set up a throw. Going up top. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone.
Come on now, let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that.
And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Following the interception, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 45 yards. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Scarlett. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jordan Scarlett, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to make.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2nd and 14. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Let him know. Kill. Kill. Turn up. No. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. It's going to be a long day. Easy.
Here's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Come on. Sunday. Where do we go?
They'll run with Scarlett, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jordan Scarlett with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Buccaneers 42, Lions 7.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm going back to you. Check 59, Mike. Bravo. Mike to 59. We ain't giving up nothing today.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to launch this thing. They've got his man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 33 yards that time. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. The completion good for 3 and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Let's go, baby.
Well, let's see who this is on.
Set, ready. 15 lining, 15 lining. All day. What happened?
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the start.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 49 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Jameis to throw it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Lions. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He can't hang. Flip it, flip it, flip it. You get me? Check 3, check 3. He's coming. Double up, double train. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go. Wait,
now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Sonic. Even.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. 2nd down and goal. Winston. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
And this is caught by Evans. A gain there of 21 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is Scarlett on the carry. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me. When up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a man. Your team is on the you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy. Tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Moving to that glowing hill.
There you go. Yeah, I've been broadcasting since my last 2 games.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Olha, Beta.
Jackson on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 40, check.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. He's going to look deep for more. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
What you told me, dog? You just, man, you're not getting that no more. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. You caught me in the middle of a adjustment. Hell no. And I knew it was coming.
Get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Shut that shit down. Tommy. Oh, yeah? I gotta see.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
That's what I call you, babe, because I don't know your name.
Nice jump there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
We about to
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Second and 4. As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, this is the new shit you learned? The gap break?
The NFL, so when they're that high power,
this is what you learned?
you gotta find a
This is
way
what they teaching you in school?
Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Alvin got down on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver.
Nobody want to hear that shit, man.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. You're trying to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Door. Check 1 and 3. Hey, exit. Hey, Mike 52. Come to my work. I think I got something. Yes, Lord. We got something here. The cooker.
Back to throw.
He hit the cooker. Oh, shit.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Charlie. Squeeze. You better be afraid of me. Hey, Delta. Shoot.
He'll look to throw.
Oh,
and the throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, certainly it feels like they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet. I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there and they want to capitalize.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. McFarland, he'll have a first down and more past the 20. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 44 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McFarland. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Keep it up there.
Let me get 15 and a Saints first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You about to let it go?
Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason.
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble.
During the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Play action. It's Jackson. Going deep downfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
That was not a bad throw, bro. Who lied to you and told you?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? They start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Yeah, I know that nigga getting paid, too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got got his man on the crossing route.
What you was waiting on?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
Escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Go! Mike, come on, boys. Smooth.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Come on, baby!
And it'll be incomplete.
Come on!
Trying to dial up the longer way out there, but it'll be third down. Early in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play, because when you take those shots downfield, you open the
to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most
I knew what I wanted, dog. I released that
they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get
Yeah,
there.
I'm watching.
That's exactly what happened on that play.
Returning it is Moore. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like it's balance out, right? What's the mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. Now on the run.
Did he smoke my baby?
This is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. The Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Talk that shit then, man.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they're going to stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back to the running play, you may have to go to the air.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Johnson. Well, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown, Detroit. From 3 yards out. As they are now on the board here in the first half. 4th and goal.
Act like that ain't the best receiver in the league right now. Crazy. That ain't got 20 touchdowns.
Get off the
Crazy.
field, but here they had to go.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done.
1,300 yards receiving already.
Okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes
Niggas ain't better than that nigga, man. That nigga 99 overall, 99 speed, 99 acceleration.
And he's up
Hey,
past the 22-yard
that
line.
nigga beat Razor. You know my baby? Rockin'. You know some niggas? Nah, man. You don't need that kind of speed, my G.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with high-powered offenses that you face. And the analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Boy, think shit sweet.
Now it's Jackson.
Boy, think shit sweet.
The hook up to
Yeah, he
Ross.
think shit sweet.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right.
Let me get him!
I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Winner.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again.
Woo!
And he's got
Look at my boy back.
Now we'll get a quick timeout by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Jackson on first down.
Man, that nigga big as a bitch.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw again is Jackson.
Get it.
A double team and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Get it.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, and now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much, because as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Quick hitter here is complete.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. You go and you get that ball.
Timeout signal for. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. That's caught by big tight end T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
We know how to work.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best. That brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
I gave you everything. You said you always be my baby.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
Rifles Lennox intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
He's shading over the top.
Up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finds a man on the crossing line. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep.
Let's go, King!
And he's
Let's go!
intercepted a third
Let's go!
time. Tell him again. Get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off the next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play call. Because a one-play drive, you throw an interception.
Tell him to fuck with me then. Tell him to fuck with me then. Come on. Tell him to come on. Tell him to come on. Yeah, I'm going to take it back to everybody.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Back to throw now on 1st down. An attempt there altered the ball flight, and it falls in.
That nigga's going to
be 2nd down.
That nigga's going to rock.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10.
That's that nigga that's on lock right there, though. That's that nigga that's on lock.
And he's going to get a good
them lock.
9 here up to the 34.
No lock. It looked like he had the key.
For 3rd down. They were a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. No chance as he was met and dropped over the line there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper into the game.
How you kick that fucking rock, man? What though?
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and slow things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland.
Nigga, you just made me slide my finger over the analog you cut so good. That nigga cut so good. That nigga my finger slipped off that bitch. That nigga juked my hand.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Okay. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
You know, son, man.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
I'm going to.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
What time I treat you, though, when I do it?
No longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. That throw good.
What makes you think I won?
It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You do? You know this route right here? Let me see. I made a big mistake.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes
that shit look like it's on lock. That shit look like it's on lock, though. That shit really on lock, though. Or you just telling me
situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out this far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Oh, you got some nuts, man. Level. They say it's level.
Escaping the pressure.
They say it's level.
He fires one, but incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get laid back out there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Nothing. I'm just chilling over here, man.
On 1st down, McFarland.
He's
tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds or kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock.
A great play there. Second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field. They will send this one away.
That nigga blocking like a motherfucker right there.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Break down, Will.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
I need you to let that bitch go, man.
Brought down for a sack.
That's a second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sometimes we don't play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the one touchdown that they scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal when it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
This nigga dropped 3 straight passes.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Leo!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Foxtrot!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Oh,
a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
I know you can't wait till it's quarantine. You know, one last time you've been to Vegas.
Got him in the lead.
You in?
That's fielded
Fuck
in the end zone.
With your mask on.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, y'all.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term?
And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Hey, did you hit your quarterback?
Back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, okay. No, you did? Wow! Bro, I lied that bitch. He was on the street.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland, maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd.
How old is it? He's getting old. What's the speed? 91 speed. Yeah, we'll talk after this. I think I might want him.
At this point, as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
I can't believe he fucked that play up, though.
Stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On third down, McFarland. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Hey, send it up to this guy.
He'll be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. They could get it done. But guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And throwing to start the drive, but that
He's going to get his ass torched.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw.
Whoa!
The Saints say they have it.
Oh, he hit that nigga. I'm happy he ain't injured my leg.
It's pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it?
He's
Down
playing
this big
hats
in
to
the
my
field.
leg.
Saying afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Come on, McCaffrey, you getting my nigga killed.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Come on, man.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. On 2nd down, McFarland. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards to gain there. Now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
Hey, we ain't got no open team. Who we got open?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right.
Yeah, we got that many
He's found the
teams?
end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Oh, word?
And his kick here is good.
I'm going to go and look at the
They're
roster.
sitting pretty now
Let
as the
them know.
lead grows even further. So a good snap.
Yeah, I know.
And right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit him, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what
Y'all
level.
niggas,
You hit
yeah.
them, they go through.
Yeah.
And the decision to bring
Y'all
it
niggas
out
got-
will
y'all
cost him
niggas
about
juice.
5 yards as he'll
Y'all
get this
niggas over
only
here
back to the 20.
man, oi.
The Lions offense ready to
Sorry,
kick
though.
off their next
I'll
drive.
be ready, though.
And the turnover
I'll be
last
ready.
time, that's sort of been
I am
symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it then, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Who run over him?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Recon, 132 fighter. Smooth. Look at me. Door. Yep.
Now back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You blessed. You did.
X3, 218, chopper, spud.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hey,
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, team six. Team six.
Hey, okay.
Let's go, dude.
Now on first down, he'll drop and throw it. As he throws there, incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Go. Ready?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 2. And he's going to be intercepted. They're going to get the Clippers. Take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gotta give me a corner, dog. I need a real corner, dog. I ain't got no solid corner. That one nigga with the 2-6, he gonna be a superstar after this game. But that's it. Darius Slay, oh, this is a big strike. Who you got? What corner you got?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed. Nowhere to escape.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Okay, that's what I need to start doing.
Hey. Hey, let's go.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in, complete. And he will finally be taken down at the 48. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check. Check 3.
That's what I should have been doing. That's what I should have been doing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete.
That's what I should have been doing. I'm tripping.
Too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat
I
me
could have been
in
stopping that.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Extra point by Carlson, up and good.
Man, I can stop that
just
bitch,
a
bro.
slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter
I'm
of
telling
play.
you.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Cut it to me. I can stop that bitch, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
And now on is the field goal unit. And boy,
No,
this is
yeah,
speculative
you
at
gotta
best,
kick it.
crazy at worst. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining.
Hey.
We'll be back after this. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Now watch the shit.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
You do that.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Man, stop it.
Of this one. Now a
I got that shit locked up, bro.
First down as this is knocked away.
I got that shit in the bag.
And incomplete.
That shit's in the bag. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Watch me put up.
Ball on the 30 as they come up. Second and 10.
Switch it up, though. That was smart.
Check 52. Slam. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check nickel. Back. Let go.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Y'all hear that shit?
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Michigan man,
I could have gave him an extra second. The blitz was picked up, though.
37-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week
and
this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right.
I'm going to have you in the bag, too.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Niggas can't blitz you, they just got to blitz you with DBs. Yeah, like I'm blitzing right now.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Baker. And he is tackled.
I gave you that,
the
man.
40, not quite to the 30.
And
with just inside 10 seconds to go,
I'm just trying to
final timeout.
I didn't even give you the real nigga blitz.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Whoever you want to go to.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
See what the real nigga blitz do to you, though?
A great read, and it's picked off.
See what the real nigga blitz do? Quit playing, Will. Spin that. Spin that.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New Orleans, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile,
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the errands need a reservation, and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta